Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the Architect's Guide to Nmap Network Discovery. You know, every single day, there are literally massive amounts of data flowing silently all around us, completely hidden behind firewalls, routers, and switches. If you've ever found yourself wondering how professional engineers actually map, secure, and truly understand those invisible digital environments, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to explore what is basically the ultimate digital detective tool for network discovery. It's all about bringing the unseen into the light, and I am so incredibly excited to guide you through this material. So let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. To start, we really need to ground ourselves in exactly what we're dealing with here. Nmap, which is just short for Network Mapper, is a highly powerful, free, and open source utility. And what makes it so absolutely brilliant is its strict focus. It wasn't built to do 100 different random things just okay. It was designed specifically and purposefully for 3 core missions: network discovery, security auditing, and infrastructure management. It doesn't try to be everything to everyone, right? Instead, it's the absolute foundational lens through which professionals view and interact with a network.
And honestly, because of that intense focus, its reputation within the tech industry is legendary. We all know that in the technology world, time moves incredibly fast. 2 decades in tech is practically a millennium. Entire empires of software rise and fall in the span of a few years. Yet Nmap has confidently held its ground as the absolute gold standard tool for over 20 years. For a piece of software to remain the trusted, critical standard since the late 90s, that's staggering. It's relied upon daily by security pros, system administrators, and network engineers all over the globe without fail. To really grasp the value of that 2-decade dominance, you kind of have to think about the sheer chaos of modern enterprise environments. Large networks are constantly shifting. Devices connect, disconnect, software updates, things break. Without the right tools, IT teams are essentially flying blind. That's exactly why enterprise professionals rely heavily on Nmap as a vital pulse monitor for their daily operations. It powers broad network asset inventories, making sure organizations actually know what's living on their network at any given second. It helps teams meticulously track service upgrade cycles, and it allows for continuous monitoring of backend host and application uptime. It literally brings complete order to the inherent chaos of enterprise IT.
All of this incredible real-world utility brings us to a really fascinating question. We know what it achieves, and we know why it's absolutely vital for keeping the lights on, but how does it actually do it? How does Nmap elegantly extract this granular data? How does it reach out into the void of a network connection and bring back such specific, detailed intelligence without causing a massive disruption to the systems it's querying? Let's take a look under the hood at the sheer elegance of this software's interrogation process.
The real genius here is that Nmap takes a completely frictionless approach. Instead of relying on clunky agents that you have to manually install on every single machine in a network, it communicates directly. It crafts highly ingenious raw IP packets, sends them out into the digital void, and listens closely. It elegantly extracts characteristics by reading the digital echoes that bounce back from anything operating on an active connection. By rapidly processing those varied responses, it can pinpoint exactly what's sitting on the other end of the line. It's a highly methodical, almost mathematical form of echolocation for your network. So when you fire off one of these scans, what exactly does this rapid-fire interrogation uncover? Well, there are 4 key discoveries to understand. Let's start with Discovery 1, live hosts. Think of scanning a massive corporate network like walking into a pitch-black warehouse. Out of potentially thousands of possible IP addresses, Nmap acts like a flashlight, rapidly processing responses to illuminate exactly which live hosts are awake, active, and accessible. Finding these active devices is the absolutely crucial first step because it immediately draws the living, breathing boundaries of your digital space. Once it finds those active hosts, the rhythm really accelerates. The interrogation moves to Discovery 2, network services and open application layers. Now, simply knowing a machine is powered on isn't enough for a security professional, right? You need to know what doors are open. Nmap pinpoints exactly what services are running, returning explicit version strings and exact software names. This matters immensely, because knowing what software is running is the difference between knowing a door exists and knowing exactly what kind of lock is on it. That's the exact intelligence required to spot outdated, vulnerable systems before they become a massive problem.
Discovery 3 goes even deeper, and this is where the sheer cleverness of the tool gets incredibly impressive. Operational operating systems. Nmap has the ability to determine the exact type of operational OS running on the targets, down to the precise build version. And it does this active fingerprinting purely by analyzing how a target reacts to those raw IP packets. It's kind of like recognizing a person from afar simply by analyzing their gait. By studying the quirks in the network responses, Nmap figures out exactly what software foundation the asset is built upon. No way to hide.
Finally, we have Discovery 4, security mechanisms. So the crucial point here is that Nmap isn't just auditing the target asset itself. It audits the defenses surrounding that asset. It essentially sees the armor. It reveals the precise state of packet filtering tools, firewalls, network translation layers, and access control mechanisms protecting the network. It tells you exactly what invisible walls are standing between you and the target device, mapping out the true security perimeter of the whole environment. When you step back and look at the results of that rapid-fire interrogation, you're essentially handed a completed intelligence report. We can call it the complete Nmap dossier. You now have total situational awareness. You've identified your live active hosts. You know the explicit network services and software versions running on them. You've actively fingerprinted their precise operating systems and build numbers. And you understand the exact state of their firewalls, filters, and access controls. It's an incredibly comprehensive snapshot of network reality, gathered in mere moments. Let's move to and see how this builds into limitless scale and cross-platform power. Because gathering all this granular data is undeniably impressive, for sure. But for a truly foundational tool to be useful, it has to be able to do this everywhere, on literally any size network. Nmap was natively designed from the very ground up to evaluate massive scale. We're talking about awe-inspiring large corporate subnets with thousands of nodes scanned simultaneously. But its absolute genius is that the exact same engine scales down beautifully. You can use it to securely audit a single host, or even a simple piece of peripheral home routing equipment with the exact same elegant precision. Whether it's the Fortune 500 or just a single smart TV, the tool doesn't compromise. And perhaps most importantly for the IT pros out there using it day in and day out, it completely removes friction. Nmap adapts to your workflow, not the other way around. It operates smoothly across all modern operating systems without making you jump through hoops. It features native, pre-built binary packages for Linux distributions, Microsoft Windows systems, and macOS architectures. Wherever a network engineer or security professional prefers to work, Nmap seamlessly integrates into their toolkit, ready to go right out of the box. So, if this explainer has sparked your curiosity and you're ready to start your own digital detective work, there is one definitive command center you need to visit. The primary central repository is nmap.org. That's your ultimate hub for official documentation, exploring the open source files, or grabbing the latest update binaries directly for your specific operating system. It's basically everything you need to start bringing the unseen parts of your network into focus. We've seen today how Nmap uses ingenious raw IP packets to uncover the absolute truth of an environment. It's a tool that takes the chaotic, hidden flow of data and transforms it into a clear, actionable map. So, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final question to ponder. What invisible assets and open application layers is your network hiding right now? There's a whole dynamic world operating just beneath the surface of your screen, and understanding the whole shebang starts with discovery.